Thanks for tuning in to CrysTheArtist TV, the place to be to create a life filled with beauty. Today we are in for a super amazing treat. We have the beautiful, the talented, the funky, the edgy Jolie Whitaker here with us today, also known as Jazz. So much for taking time out of your schedule today and interview with us. I'm so super excited. Now, I read your VoyageHouston.com interview, and in there you mentioned long interview. yes. In there you mentioned that you knew early on that hair was going to be it for you. So I want to ask you, how did you decide after being in hair that your deserve level was high enough to transition from that $100 paycheck you talked about in that interview?
I like that you said deserve level, because that's exactly what I feel. You know, I feel like people are born with the gut feeling that they're supposed to do something, just trying to pick up vet school. I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna grow up to be a doctor. Every little kid's dream is to be a doctor or a lawyer of some sort. And then once you're introduced to something that you love and you didn't realize you loved it until the yearning showed you that you did, it's something that you just can't fight,
Right.
And I knew it that moment that I seen her in the hair salon. I was like, I did not know that they got paid for this. And at that moment I said, that's what my life is going to be.
When I first started here, you weren't here. And then later on I met you. And that was because you were dealing with a major medical leave behind a major car accident. Yeah. So what did you find was that thing that you kind of helped you rebuild or regain your clientele for someone that may be kind of faced with the same challenge?
I hit Instagram really hard. Okay. I was posting every day. I was posting posts that I reserved that I didn't really know, what kind of captions to use, posting those. I was doing a lot of talking to people in the grocery store, doing a lot of talking to people in the Target and Walmart, I would catch them in the hair aisle or like in the beauty aisle, and like I would say, oh well, I like your hair. Who's your stylist? If they didn't have a stylist, that was my opportunity.
Right.
If they did have a stylist, okay, I know she goes on vacation. And so
plan B. So dual marketing essentially.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's really what I think people kind of miss.
They do.
You gotta hit it both, especially in this day and time.
They lose it.
Yeah.
They do lose it, and that it's nothing like that one-on-one interaction. You know what I'm saying? You can catch someone outside, coming out of their car, and if they're your ideal client, walk up and start a conversation with them.
Yeah.
But one thing that I never did was force my card on people. It was one of those things where I learned to spark a conversation with them, and then they would, in conversation, ask me for my card. Those are the clients that are gonna come.
Right.
The ones that ask you for your card.
Right.
And then once your presentation is there, then they're already ready based on your card. Because if you got something flimsy, they're not gonna pick it up. If you don't have any pictures of your work, it looks like something that you downloaded on Vistaprint, they're not gonna pick it up. So it's one of those things where you have to have that portfolio. I started showing pictures of my Instagram. Instagram has changed my life.
Yes.
When I started showing pictures of my Instagram, tagging people, picking up a lot of other social media programs, of course, Facebook, Twitter, things like that, then you start to build a following, and after that, everything else takes off for itself.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. And I think people lose the professionalism. I'm glad you mentioned that about the flimsy card thing, because so many times we miss it thinking Instagram's enough. Let me say it like that. Or Facebook's enough. No, you need professionalism all the way around. So I'm so happy you brought that up. So let's fast forward just a little bit. So you've been working in the industry now for how many years?
6 years now.
6 years.
6 years.
And 6 years in, you decide, you know what? I'm going to do wardrobe styling too. How does that even manifest itself from hairstyling to this kind of wardrobe, fun, funky edginess you are giving out?
You know what? I have always been a girl that either I look like I'm walking down the red carpet or I'm looking homeless one day. And it's because no in between. I went to LA.
Okay.
And while I was in LA, I had a friend. Me and her had been friends since middle school. Of course, it was back, you know, with the oxtail ponytails and
struggle tail,
and you know, trying to pull a dress code together, trying to make it your own with the uniform. Needless to say, we went to LA together. LA was her city. She loved LA, and while we were there, I had 2 other ladies well, actually they were with her, but the 2 other ladies, I went ahead and got those 2 ladies dressed for an event that we had out there for the Grammys, and their look was a hit. And that moment was when I realized I need to profit off of this, because I'd always given advice to my clients when they came and they sat in my chair, and I have always given them advice on, okay, you know, I think you need to wear your hair this way because your dress looks this way, or if you want to wear your hair this way, then your outfit should do this. Do you have a picture of what color you're wearing? Do you have a picture of what outfit you're wearing? And my clients can all attest to the fact that I'm a big supporter of the total look.
So how do you decide? I'm sure there's some fear or some hesitation that settles in when you're making this decision, this transition to go and help everybody get that head to toe fierceness. Okay, right. How do you say, I'm gonna overcome this fear? Like, what does that look like for Jazz?
You know what I say? I say everything happens for a reason.
Okay.
So attempt it. Either you pass or you fail. Okay. You know, it's just one of those things where it's like, if you have that feeling to do it, go ahead and do it.
Okay.
You know, you don't get that feeling for no reason.
Right.
Something is putting that spirit in you.
Right.
So if you have that spirit, go ahead and attempt it. And if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, then that just wasn't your time. Figure out what you need to learn from that experience, and then apply it to the next.
So do you see yourself ever going full time with just wardrobe styling, or
that
abandoning the hair aspect?
Crystal, that's a good question. So I do plan on abandoning the hair aspect.
Okay.
I do not plan on abandoning hair.
Okay.
So, for instance, I plan on opening a school.
Okay.
In opening the school, I do plan on opening a salon.
Gotcha.
The way that I plan on doing it, though, is a little more strategic than most.
Okay.
And once that strategy has been applied, then hair is gonna take off already for me.
Gotcha.
And then that way, I'm still connected to hair, but I'm not physically behind the chair. There you are. Mm-hmm. I'm not physically behind the chair. And so once that's done, and my money's running, and my legacy's running, then that's when I step deeper into wardrobe.
What would you say you gain most of your inspiration, hair and wardrobe? Like, where do you pull that from?
I can pull it from anything, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I mean, I was in Target yesterday, and I seen a display of like different mugs, coffee mugs, and it was like peach, it was turquoise, and it was silver. And like they picked up different colors and different patterns. So I stepped back, took a picture of it, and I said that there's a way that I can incorporate this somehow. I had my hair in like a little gold streak, and it kind of did this way, to where it kind of looked like a little rivet, if you will. And so then I thought about my friend's product company, Influence.
Okay.
Influence Professional. And I said, this looks like the Influence sign. My hair was black, and I had this little gold streak that kind of did exactly what the Influence Professional sign did. And so when I seen that, I said, I need to do a photo shoot and do multiple different colors with this one rivet with this black background.
Right.
So everything, I can pick it up from anywhere.
Okay.
It's just one of those things that, just like you said, when your creative mind, when you live in it, you just live out loud.
Yes, you do. Yeah, you're in tune with it. So I love it. So if you had to sum up your brand, both hair and wardrobe, what would be those 3 words?
Classic, revolutionary, and luxe. It's really all things in one, because it's one of those looks. Once you've been touched by the Jolie Whitaker brand, it never grows old. It's completely different from the norm, but it's also giving you a luxury feeling, the way you already know that this is a high quality.
Yeah.
A high quality look, and somebody put in some good work
yeah.
and some
Wasn't
good
just
attention.
thrown together.
No,
yeah.
absolutely not.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen your work for years, and I know you do pay attention to the detail.
I do.
And that is always the difference, is the detail. I always say that. I've been saying that. Okay. So... Okay, and I'm glad you brought your actual name brand up. So how do we get to Jolie Whitaker from Jazz?
They always ask me.
I know.
They always ask me. Okay, Jolie Whitaker is now this is where my creativity starts to play in.
Okay.
Jolie Whitaker is an image.
Okay.
It's not an individual. Jolie means pretty in French. It's also my daughter's middle name, so that's the connection from that personal and that business tie. But Whitaker is such a strong last name, and it's so different, and it just sounds exquisite. I've always loved my last name, so I've battled with whether I want to change it when I do get married. But that is also why I wanted to make sure I incorporated it into my business name.
So it never dies.
So yeah, no, it never ever dies. And so my daughter's last name, she doesn't take it from me, she takes it from her father. So I could not name her that Jolie Whitaker. So I went ahead and picked it up as the business name. Another reason why is because Jasmine Whitaker sounds like an attorney at law. It's just a little bit too stiff. It's just a little bit too stiff for my brand. Okay. So I said Jolie Whitaker. That way, Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. So I didn't want to give them Jasmine Whitaker. And then, who's to say, that I might get married? Like I said, that last name may change. I don't want my last name and that middle name to lose that connection, because pretty is essentially what I want my clients to feel. Jolie Whitaker is a full brand, and it can go from just hair to wardrobe to maybe even makeup. I might even pick it up. Anything that has anything to do with being pretty, feeling pretty, that's it. Jolie Whitaker.
And before we go, where can the viewers find Jolie Whitaker?
Yes, the viewers can find Jolie Whitaker on Instagram. The hair page is The Hair Designer. And my wardrobe page is Jolie Styled Me. STYLED me. Jolie Styled Me.
For hair fun, follow me on Instagram at CrysTheArtist. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.